Look around you. What do you see? Perhaps you're in a room surrounded by books on a shelf. Maybe you're looking at a screen just like this one, where symbols magically appear to share an idea. These symbols, these letters, these words, they are the quiet engines of our world. They are more than just marks on a page or pixels on a display. They are the vessels of our history, the blueprints of our future, and the bridges between minds separated by vast oceans of space and time. They are the code of civilization itself, a language that allows us to speak to the future and listen to the whispers of the past. Consider the sheer power contained in these simple shapes. When we arrange them, we can describe the fiery birth of a star billions of light years away, write down the laws that govern millions, or map the human genome. From the wedge-shaped cuneiform of ancient Sumeria to the elegant hieroglyphs of Egypt, humanity has always sought to bottle lightning, to take a thought, an idea, a discovery, and make it permanent. Let's ask a cosmic what if. What if, through some quirk of our evolution, the concept of written language never sparked in the human mind? Imagine an Earth, identical to ours in every other way, same continents, same oceans, same starlit sky. But its people never made the leap from speaking to writing. What would that world look like? How would the story of humanity unfold? This isn't just a trivial question. By imagining its absence, we can truly begin to appreciate the colossal role that writing has played in our own ascent as a species. On this alternate Earth, human history would be a story told on the wind, as ephemeral as a breath on a cold day. All knowledge would be stored in the most fragile of containers, human memory. There would be no libraries, no instruction manuals, no holy books, no legal codes, no letters from a loved one. There would only be the here and now, and the stories people could remember to tell. The past would be a fluid, dreamlike thing, shifting with every retelling. The future would be limited to what one generation could physically show and teach the next. In small, close-knit tribes, this system can work for a time. Knowledge would be passed down through elaborate stories, epic poems, and sacred chants. The tribal elder, the storyteller, the shaman, these individuals would become living libraries, their minds the sole repositories of the group's knowledge. Their role would be the most critical in the entire society, for if they were to forget, or if they were to die before passing on their knowledge, a piece of their world would vanish forever. Imagine a gifted healer who discovers that a specific combination of herbs can cure a deadly infection. But what if she forgets a crucial detail? What if the apprentice mishears the amount of a certain leaf required? A life-saving remedy could easily become a deadly poison. Over generations, effective medical treatments would degrade into a collection of superstitions and half-remembered rituals. The oral tradition is like a cosmic game of telephone, where the message is inevitably distorted with each transmission across time. This constant, subtle degradation of information would place a hard limit on the complexity of any society. Progress would be cyclical, not linear. A tribe might experience a golden age, a period of relative prosperity and innovation driven by a few brilliant minds. But that progress would be built on a foundation of sand. Once those individuals were gone, their unique insights would begin to erode. Lacking the tool to record and preserve their discoveries, the society would inevitably slide back. Imagine an ancient astronomer who spends decades meticulously tracking the movements of the planets across the night sky. She might even formulate a rudimentary model of the solar system. But what then? How does she share this complex, data-rich discovery with anyone? She could try to explain it, but the precise measurements, the years of observational data would be lost. Her life's work would just evaporate upon her death, a brilliant but unrecorded thought. Without written math, the laws of physics would remain forever silent and unknowable. Let's think about scale. How do you organize 1 million people? How do you govern a territory that takes months to cross? The answer, once again, is writing. Large, complex societies, kingdoms, empires, nation-states, are administrative machines. They require systems for collecting taxes, promulgating laws, managing armies, and recording history. Without writing, the effective size of a political unit is limited by the reach of a ruler's direct personal control and the memory of their administrators. An emperor could not issue a decree to a distant province and be certain it would arrive intact and be implemented correctly. A messenger could be sent, but the message would be subject to the same oral corruption we've seen before. The result is that the very concept of an empire or a nation would be a fantasy. Human society would be a patchwork of small competing tribes, or at best petty chiefdoms. There would be no Rome, No Persian Empire, no Han Dynasty. These colossal structures were built not just with stone and steel but with papyrus and ink. In this world without writing, humanity would be locked into the social structure of the Perpetual Tribe. Your identity would be entirely defined by your family, your clan, and your village. The world beyond your immediate neighbors would be a mysterious and dangerous place, filled with others who speak different dialects and follow different customs. There would be thousands of different creation myths, thousands of different moral codes, and thousands of different local traditions. But there would be no world religions, no global philosophical movements, no universal science. Each tribe would be an island. One tribe in a coastal region might become expert sailors, while another in the mountains might master terraced farming. But in an oral world, this knowledge would likely remain locked within its community of origin. Humanity's collective intelligence would be a series of disconnected puddles, never forming the great ocean of knowledge we have today. When we think of the great inventions that changed the course of human history, what comes to mind? The wheel, the printing press, or maybe the harnessing of fire itself. But one invention stands above them all, because it gave us mastery over time and thought itself. The invention of writing is the Master Invention. It is the foundational technology upon which almost all subsequent progress was built. The wheel is brilliant, but its design can be improved over generations only if the principles can be recorded and studied. Think of it as the invention of an external memory for the human species. Before writing, our collective memory was limited, faulty, and perishable. After writing, we had a way to store our knowledge with near-perfect fidelity, creating a database that could grow infinitely over time. This externalized memory freed our biological minds from the burden of simple memorization. It didn't just change what we could do, it changed who we are. So here we are on a small world orbiting a run-of-the-mill star in an unremarkable corner of the Milky Way galaxy. And yet, we have managed to do something remarkable. We have learned to read the story of the cosmos itself. We have deciphered the light from distant stars, uncovered the fossilized history of our planet, and peered into the subatomic structure of reality. We have done all this because, some 6,000 years ago, our ancestors in Mesopotamia first learned how to scratch symbols onto wet clay. That act was the lighting of a fuse. Writing is the DNA of human civilization. It carries the code, the information, the instructions for everything we have built and everything we have become. Every time you read a book, send a text message, or scroll through an article, you are participating in this ancient and sacred act. You are plugging your mind into a global network of thought. Our journey through the cosmos is just beginning. Whatever challenges and opportunities lie ahead, one thing is certain: our future will be written. Writing is the tool we use to dream together, to build together, and to reach for the stars together. It is not just an invention, it is the very essence of our shared cosmic story.